Yo guys, what is up? Today patch came out, update 1.012, but that is not what I want to talk about. I will leave the patch notes in the description of the video, but what I want to talk about is every barbarian's favorite ring, Ball Chieftain's Loop. I know what you're thinking, he's probably gonna rant about how hard it is to find. Nah, been there, done that. You know, everyone knows, everyone agrees about the fact that it's way too rare for an item that is a necessity for every bar build out there, pretty much. So, why is it so rare? I don't know. There's not even a dungeon for it either. But anyway, let's move past that. What I wanted to talk about is it actually working as intended? Let's read it what it says. Whenever you cast a shout skill, its cooldown is reduced by 1 to 1.9 seconds per nearby enemy up to a maximum of 6 seconds. So that means if you've got a 1.5 or higher roll, as long as you got 4 enemies around you, you're getting a 6-second cooldown. If you look at the shout, it's got 19 seconds cooldown. So, with 4 enemies around me, I should get 6 seconds off. That is actually working. Let's find some enemies if we can. Jesus, density on these hell tides needs a fix. Alright, sweet. You see that? Takes me down to 13 seconds, so it is taking me 6 seconds off. But the next one I do only takes 1 second off, and that is because of this martial glyph. When an enemy is damaged by you, become vulnerable for... Oh, looking at the wrong one, my bad. After a shout skill, active cooldown of every other shout skill is reduced by 1.2 seconds. So that's what is happening there. But look at this, I'm rotating armor skills surrounded by enemies and still gotta wait 6 seconds to be able to use the next shout. I feel like we should be able to rotate them a bit faster, mainly because of single targets. At the Uber Lilith boss fight, this ring is about as useless as fucking wielding a carrot. Like, it barely does anything. You're constantly waiting for your shout skills there. So it's just, is it working as intended? I don't really think so. I think we should be able to rotate them more often. As well, if you look at the history of the Diablo games, the way how Barb has been used. Okay, let's put it like this. We have not seen a single level 100 nightmare dungeon yet with like a full man team. You know, there's no meta team right up. Pick these characters with these builds to get the best out of your team. And that's because people are using Barb, as far as that considered, in the wrong way. Every Barb wants to deal damage, everyone wants to smash bosses, but that's just not reality right now. So what you want as a Barb, and did in the previous games as well, is apply status effects as much as possible so that your teammates don't have to do that. In this game as well, vulnerable. Like, why wouldn't you use Rend on like a support Barb to make enemies bleed for your teammates so they can get procs off that stuff? Let me run to my stash real quick. There's all sorts of things you can do for your team. Like, why I use Rend as an example, by the way? Well, because of this. Dealing direct damage with Rend extends the duration of vulnerable on enemies for 2 seconds. So, if you can make enemies vulnerable, chilled, frozen, on fire, poisoned, bleeding, slowed, all that, for the rest of your teammates, it means that they don't have to spec into that themselves. So they can save up those paragon points, those glyphs, those aspects, whatever they're using, to cause them to bleed or vulnerable or whatever, and stack it towards damage instead, or defense, whatever they need. But that's like the team play role of a Barb. Like, it always has been about team play. You can set them on fire with this one. You can freeze them with this one. You can chill them with this one. You can bleed them. If you bleed them, you can slow them as well. So yeah, there's tons that Barb can do for a team. We just haven't really seen a proper full 4-man team end game run yet. But mark my words, Barb is gonna be a part of it. What I do like to see is, though, they need to change some of these buffs, because 12% damage reduction for your team, that's nothing compared to the other Diablo games as well, what you would be able to do for your teammates. Because just look at your stats here, like damage reduction from distance 40%, from close 50%, from vulnerable 13, well fortified 23. Like 12% is nothing. Realistically, this should start out at like 20-30% or something for it to be worth a while. and trying to split it up like they've been doing. Like, oh, you want more damage reduction? Get a druid in your team. Like, how about no? Why make druid the support build? Why not the barb? Barb's always been support, always. But yeah, you might disagree with me. We'll see which direction the game goes anyway. Either way, let me know what you think. And let me know what you think about the barb support role, but also about this ring here. If it's actually working as intended, yes or no. In my opinion, no. But yeah, I just felt like someone needed to say something about it because everyone's complaining about not being able to find it. But I haven't heard anyone talk about this specific thing before yet, so that's why I made this video. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll leave the patch notes in the description below. Sorry for the lack of content, by the way. I am not really much of a content creator, and I don't really know how video editing software works, so I can't really polish up something nice here for you, but at least I've explained what I wanted to. And yeah, let me know what you think. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching. See you later.